619, Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor.
T&D.
Thank you for joining us here on the Todd and Don Show. 512-836-0590. So President Trump has announced that he will travel today to the scenes of the two weekend mass shootings, defying backlash by some in both of those communities who are urging him not to come. Those people obviously wouldn't want the president there under any conditions.
I don't think so.
Trump had widely expected to pay a visit to El Paso and Dayton, Ohio, at some point this week after the Federal Aviation Administration issued travel advisories for both of those areas. But his plans have prompted backlash from within some of the community, especially in El Paso, where the president's anti-immigrant rhetoric, they say, according to the Politico, has been blamed by many for the potential of motivating the suspected shooter.
Wow.
Which is kind of Bravo Sierra, because I've gone back to read some of his stuff. He had these anti-immigrant beliefs way before Donald Trump.
Sure.
And he even told the investigators that.
Yeah.
But also he was upset about climate change. He wanted to reduce the population because of climate change issues. It's been drilled in his head that the world is coming to an end in 10 to 15 years. That kind of freaks some people out when they're unstable. You know, that fear tactic that the world is coming to an end that the socialist sisters keep talking about.
Yeah.
That's what he was into.
Well, that's certainly nothing that Donald Trump is pushing.
Now, here's a quote from he says, "We'll be going to Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso today to meet with first responders, law enforcement, and some of the victims and survivors of the terrible shootings." That's what Trump wrote in a tweet last night. Now, White House aides teased Trump's impending trip earlier Tuesday, telling reporters that his public schedule was clear, due in part to the preparations of the trip. Beto O'Rourke, who immediately found his voice and went back because, well, there's publicity and cameras, so he went back to El Paso, a place that he hasn't been in more than a year.
Seize the moment.
Seize the moment, man. We can't let that good tragedy go to waste. Got to jump on there.
Yeah, get it while it's hot. And it's really, I know they're hurting in El Paso, that's for sure. But you're right. A lot of these folks that don't want him there, that are blaming it all on Donald Trump because of his racist rhetoric, whatever examples they can give me that are accurate. I don't know what that would be, but they're unfortunately very, very misguided, and it's unfortunate because the president, I truly think, is going to try to do what the president is supposed to do.
What is that? What is the message? What should his message be today when he gets to El Paso?
I think a message. I don't know. I think that just his mere presence is.
How about a message of unity and love for all people?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the obvious things. How about that?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. But you've got some folks that are absolutely not going to hear a word he has to, or whatever he has to say. They will take that. They will twist it around.
Absolutely.
And they'll come up with their own.
They'll first say he's not sincere. Don't believe it. That's what they'll say. They'll say he's not sincere.
No.
He's just faking it. Just
and this
going
is
through
political.
the motions. It's
political. Yeah.
Well, already his announced plans have ruffled the feathers of Representative Veronica Escobar. She's a Democrat from Texas whose El Paso district encompasses where Saturday's afternoon's rampage took place, and said that she would break with tradition and would not accompany President Trump when he visits.
Wow. That's highly disrespectful to the office.
Well, she's doing that for her constituents.
Yeah.
She's built a political base on hatred towards freedom and capitalism and things like that.
Right.
And so she's got a built-in base that hates Trump from the get-go. So
she's
got to do what she's got to do politically. It's all about politics.
Well, and I knew this as soon as I got word of the shootings that this was going to be more politicized than any other of these mass shootings that we've had because of the timing of it. And certainly it only took a few seconds for that whole process to begin, and it's been ugly.
Yeah.
It really has. And I think, honestly, it's been very disrespectful to the fallen here.
Absolutely.
I think we've kind of forgotten about them, and it's all become about the candidates. It's what it's become about. And their agendas, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah. A lot of people accusing the president of making this political. Well, what the hell is Beto O'Rourke doing?
Good God. The president is not making this political. He's trying to defend himself, and that's it. He doesn't have an agenda with this at all.
Let's open up the phones. This is a very emotional topic. Should the president go to El Paso and Dayton?
Of course.
512-836-0590. I know your answer, but let's get some folks to call in and express their thoughts on this.
He couldn't win either way. If he didn't go, he'd be criticized for that.
Absolutely. That would be their first choice. That's why they're really mad. They really want to say, see, He doesn't care about brown people.
Right.
He didn't even show up to the memorial.
Yeah,
that's what they really want. That's why they're really upset that
they're
he's
not
going.
getting the gift that he could give them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. And if you notice, they're kind of backing away from the racist thing. They're now calling it white nationalist, white supremacy. That's the new catchphrase on the campaign trail for the Democrats.
Does that sound like you're giving it more thought or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a way to keep the allegations going, I guess.
It's really unfortunate.
Hey, listen, you're all welcome to call this show on either side of this issue. Should the president go to those two cities, the site of the mass shootings this past weekend?
Yeah.
Jump in here, 512-836-0590.
The Todd and Don Show.
When it's time to get your